You are watching Indepth with me, ILAI. The idea of space tourism seems to be close to become a reality for the inhabitants of Earth. Virgin Galactic, the space tourism company founded by British billionaire Richard Branson, finally launched its first space tourists to the edge of the cosmos, a major step toward delivering on decades of promises. The company's rocket-powered spaceplane, VSS Unity, took off from a New Mexico spaceport attached to a massive twin-fuselage mothership. The company's first crew of tourists to space were successfully launched and landed yesterday in a major development for space tourism. The mission was named Galactic 02, and it was a suborbital flight. Despite VSS Unity not reaching the orbit, the trajectory allowed passengers to experience several minutes of weightlessness at an altitude high enough for them to see the Earth's curvature. Despite Galactic 02 being Virgin Galactic's second commercial spaceflight mission, it was the first flight to carry private customers. Yesterday's mission marked Virgin Galactic's first to include tourists, or passengers flying for the experience, rather than in a professional capacity. The group's journey began at Virgin Galactic's spaceport in New Mexico, where the passengers boarded VSS Unity as it sat attached beneath the wing of the mothership called VMS Eve. VMS Eve took off much like an airplane, barreling down a runway before ascending to more than 40,000 feet, 12,192 meters. After reaching its designated altitude, VMS Eve released the VSS Unity, which then fired its rocket engine for about 1 minute as it swooped directly upward, sending it vaulting toward the stars. And at the peak of its flight, the vehicle spent a few minutes in weightlessness as it entered free fall and glided back to the spaceport for a runway landing at 9:30 a.m., New Mexico time. The journey lasted for almost an hour. The vehicle ventured more than 50 miles above Earth's surface, the altitude the U.S. government considers the edge of outer space. Aboard the spacecraft were 6 individuals total: the spaceplane's commander and former NASA astronaut C.J. Sturckow, the pilot Kelly Latimer, as well as Beth Moses, Virgin Galactic's chief astronaut instructor who trained the crew before to the flight. The spacecraft also carried 3 private passengers, including the health and wellness coach Keisha Shahaf and her 18-year-old daughter, Anastasia Mayers, both of whom are Antiguan. It also carried former Olympian John Goodwin, who had competed as a canoeist in the 1972 Munich Summer Games. With this flight, Goodwin became the second person with Parkinson's disease to travel to space. The mission also marked the most number of women being flown in a single mission to space. Carrying its first tourists is a massive milestone for Virgin Galactic, which was founded in 2004 and has long missed deadlines for delivering on promises to conduct frequent trips to the edge of space. Now that it's operational, the company can turn toward its lengthy backlog of customers who have signed up for a flight.